Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Maritime Fusion Net. Before we get started, do we have any emergency or priority traffic for the net? All right, nothing heard. This is Victor Echo One Charlie Alpha. My name is Robert, and I will be your net controller for tonight's net. This net meets every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Atlantic time in the CQ Maritime's room 60207. This is in the net is open to all amateurs in the maritime provinces and is scheduled for one. Oh, the net is also being live streamed on YouTube on my YouTube channel using my old call sign, which I still have. Just search Rob and Victor Echo One Romeo Mike Juliet. That's Rob VE1 RMJ, and that's so everyone can follow along, follow the net, and also participate in the chat room. Amateurs will be called in by province. When checking in, give us your call sign using proper phonetics, please. After all maritime stations are called in, stations from outside the area will have a chance to check in. And we do 2 rounds of that as well. A reminder that due to a delay in the system, key up for a second or two before transmitting, and keep the PTT button on for a second after your transmission is finished. All right, first of all, do we have any announcements for the net? All right, well, let's get things started here. So we're going to start with short time stations and mobile stations only, please. So anyone that's on time or mobile, please call now.
Victor Echo 1, Mike Yankee, short time.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Sierra, Juliet Sierra.
Okay, so for short time and mobile stations, I have VE1MY and VE1JS. Anybody else that we missed?
Victor Echo 1, India, Quebec.
Here, VE1IQ. All right, top of the list of VE1MY. Mike, come on.
Yeah, good evening, Rob. VE1 Charlie Alpha, VE1 Mike Yankee. I'm on short time. I got another thing on the go here, so I'm going to say 7-3. Just give your mark on the slate. Everybody have a great week. Victor Echo 1, Mike Yankee.
VE1MY, VE1 Charlie Alpha. Okay, Mike, thanks for checking in, and have yourself a good evening, 7-3. Next we go to VE1 Juliet Sierra. John, come on in.
Good evening, VE1 Charlie Alpha and the net, VE1JS. Down here in Sandy Cove, nice day here today. Now, didn't snow. That makes it a nice day. Kind of raw in the wind. Other than that, good evening to all, and we'll look for you again next week. VE1CA in the net, VE1JS, 732, everybody.
VE1JS, VE1 Charlie Alpha. All right, John. Well, thanks for checking in. I had to look up your location there. It looks like a really nice place there. Yeah, thanks for checking in. Have yourself a good evening, 7-3. All right, next we'll go to VE1IQ. Brian, come on in.
Good evening, Rob, and yeah, I'm in short time. I got a whole bunch of stuff to do, especially on phone calls tonight. So anyway, 2 degrees here in Greenwood, and Net, and thanks for checking me.
V1IQ, V1 Charlie up. Okay, Brian, thanks for checking in. Have a good evening, 7-3. All right, now we're going to go over to PEI. So any Prince Edward Island stations that would like to check in to the Maritime Fusion Net, please call now. Didn't hear anything, so we're going to try one more time. For any PEI stations that would like to check in, please call now. All right, well, let's move over to New Brunswick. Any New Brunswick stations that would like to check into the Maritime Fusion Net, please call now.
VE1 Oscar Lima, VE1 OL.
Victor Echo 9, Papa Alpha Lima. Victor Echo 9, Papa Alpha Lima.
VE9 MK Mobile, VE9 Mike Kilo Mobile. VE9 Oscar Sierra Kilo, V9 OSK. Victor Echo 9 Alpha India, VE9 AI.
Okay, so far I have VE1 Oscar Lima, VE9 Papa Alpha Lima, VE9 Mike Kilo Mobile, VE9 Oscar Sierra Kilo, and VE9 Alpha India. Anybody else we missed in New Brunswick?
Victor Echo 9 Papa India November, VE9 PIN.
All right, and I added VE9 PIN. Okay, so we're going to take the mobile station first, then go to the top list after that station. So VE9 Mike Kilo. Mike, come on in.
Well, good evening, sir. Good evening, one and all. I really have no traffic. I just want to say good evening to everybody, because it's been so long since I've actually checked into a Fusion Net. Sounds good, so I'm going to be listening along just for the fun of it. 730 VE9 Mike Kilo Mobile.
VE9 Mike Kilo Mobile, VE1 RMG. Okay, Mike, thanks for checking in. Safe travels there, and we'll talk to you again soon. 7-3. All right, next station, VE1 Oscar Lima. Aubrey, come on in.
Yeah, hi, Rob, and hi, everybody on the net tonight. Boy, it's a real pleasure listening to all the good audio. Everybody sounds so clear tonight, and I really appreciate doing the net there, Rob, and hope we get lots of callers. Nice mild day here today, and snow melting, and no complaints. So just a mark for your book there, and thanks again for calling me in. Good night, everybody, and back to you, Rob. This is VE1OL in Quispamsis.
VE9OL, VE1 Charlie Alpha. All right, Aubrey, well, thanks for checking in, and you have yourself a good evening, 7-3. All right, next we got VE9 Papa Alpha Lima. Paul, come on in.
Yeah, VE9 RMJ, this is VE9 PAL. How you doing there, Robert, and everybody else on the net? Yeah, she's 0 degrees here, no traffic. You guys all have a great week. Take care, VE9 PAL.
VE9 PL, VE1 Charlie Alpha. All right, Paul. Well, thanks for checking in, and have yourself a good evening, 7-3. And now we go to VE9 Oscar Sierra Kilo. Oscar, come on in.
VE1 Charlie Alpha, VE9 Oscar Sierra Kilo. Good evening, Robert, and everybody on the Fusion Net tonight. No traffic from this end. Just want to give you a check from the app, and we're on the Moncton repeater here. 7-3 to all, Victor Echo 9 Oscar Sierra Kilo.
VE9 OSK, VE1 Charlie Alpha. Okay, Oscar, well, thanks for checking in, and have yourself a good evening, 7-3. All right, next up, VE9 Alpha India. Gary, go ahead.
VE1 Charlie Alpha Net Control, VE9 AI. Good evening to one and all. Nice warm day, but I was working in the house here the past 2 days. Not much exciting painting for 2 days, I guess, in the house, so glad I got it done. Anyway, we're looking forward to some more good weather. Everyone have a great week, and hope to be back here next week. Back to Net Control. This is VE9 AI, Gary in Fredericton.
VE9 AI, VE1 Charlie Alpha. Okay, Gary, well, thanks for checking in, and have a good evening, 7-3. Next is VE9 Papa India November. Bert, come on in.
Good evening, everyone. Not much to report from Edmundston. I think it went right up to +7 today. We're at a +4 at the moment. The sun didn't came out, but it was just in a little bit in the back there by the clouds, if you like clouds. Besides that, yeah, not much. 7-3 all. Have a pleasant evening and a good rest of the week.
VE9 Papa India November, VE1 Charlie Alpha. Okay, Bert, well, thanks for the check-in, and have yourself a good evening, 7-3. Okay, now we're going to go over to Nova Scotia. Any Nova Scotia stations wishing to check in, please call now.
Victor Echo 1, Golf Papa Foxtrot.
Victor Echo 1, Bravo India Charlie, VE1 BIC.
Echo 1. Oh. VE1 MUI, Victor Echo 1, Mike Uniform India.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Whiskey, V1 JW.
Okay, so far I have VE1 Golf Papa Foxtrot, VE1 Bravo India Charlie, VE1 Zulu Bravo, VE1 Mike Uniform India, and VE1 Juliet Whiskey. Any other Nova Scotia stations in there I missed?
Victor Echo 1, WIN. Victor Echo 1, Delta Alpha Delta.
Okay, a VE1WIN, VE1DAD. I'll try once more. Anyone else we missed?
Victor Echo 1, Delta, Sierra, Portable.
Yeah, Rob, mark me in and out. I've got an emergency. I've got to call the ambulance, so I'll talk to everybody later.
Okay, I added VE1DSS, and okay, all right there, Peter. I hope everything's okay. Take care. 7-3. I'll have you marked down here. Okay, I'm going to go to VE1DSS. He said he was portable, so come on in, Greg.
Thanks for calling me in. Thanks for doing the net. Hope all is well with WIN. That sounds kind of concerning. Play with my new FT5 radio. Got it to work in direct mode, although I'm portable right now. But it's kind of cool, and we'll do a lot of things that the 400 will do, and in a nice small package. Was to Cape Breton and played with the repeater up there. Linking repeater yesterday. We still got a little bit of work to do, but going in the right direction. So 7-3 from here, and everybody have a great rest of the week. Yeah, VE1DSS.
VE1DSS, VE1 Charlie Alpha. Okay on that, Craig. I missed what radio you said there, but good stuff there, and you're coming in loud and clear. You have yourself a good evening, 7-3. All right, here. My logging software, of course, just locked up. That's great. All right, there we go. Next station here, I don't think I've worked you before, so if I can get your name as well, I'll make a note of that. Victor Echo 1, Golf Papa Foxtrot. Come on in.
Victor Echo 1, Charlie Alpha. This is Victor Echo 1, Golf Papa Foxtrot. The name is Gord, Golf Oscar Romeo Delta. I'm in Smith's Cove here, and it's my first week on Wires X and these things. A lot easier than DMR used to be. I have an FTM 200 for a node, and I'm working on an FT70. And I have to give my thanks to Greg today because he responded to my finding out whether I could reach my tower from Digby or not, and it worked really well. Anyway, it's very nice to be part of your net, Rob, and I look forward to being here every week. So I wish you all a pleasant evening. VE1CA, VE1 Golf Papa Foxtrot, 7-3.
VE1 Golf Papa Foxtrot, VE1 Charlie Alpha. Okay, Gord, yeah, must have been the first time I've heard you on the air there or checked into any of the nets that I do net control for. So congratulations on jumping over to Fusion. It is, oh my goodness, is it ever easier to run than DMR? And yeah, you got some good radios there. So good stuff, and hopefully hear you again next week. You have yourself a good evening, 7-3. All right, next we go to VE1 Bravo India Charlie. Ron, come on in.
Victor Echo 1, Charlie Alpha, Victor Echo 1, Bravo India Charlie here in Amherst on the Amherst Fusion repeater. Yeah, good evening there, Robert, and good evening everybody on the net this evening. A few new faces on there, or new voices, I guess, so glad to have a few new ones on board as well. And yeah, we had a good meeting last night online about the Smart Symposium that's coming up in early May, so we're all looking forward to that. Lots of details yet to be worked out, but it's going to be a fun time, we hope. Anyway, thanks for calling me in there, Robert, and we'll chat with you later. VE1CA, VE1BIC.
VE1BIC, VE1 Charlie Alpha. All right, Ron. Well, thanks for checking in. Yeah, we did have a good meeting there last night, and Yeah, looking forward to the Smart Symposium for sure. The days are ticking by fast. So we got, just looking at the timer here, we got 58 days, 11 hours, 39 minutes, and 25 seconds. So can't wait for that. And anyone listening that don't know about that yet, you can go to our club's website at westcom.ca and click the Smart 23 tab at the top and get all the info you need there. So that's coming up soon. So definitely looking forward to that. Thanks for checking in, Ron, and have yourself a good evening, 7-3. Alrighty, next we go to my neighbor, VE1 Zulu Bravo. Good evening, Mike. Come on in.
VE1 Charlie Alpha, VE1 Zulu Bravo, good evening, Robert, good evening, all frequency. Not much to report from here. I'll just keep it short and give you another check-in. VE1 Zulu Bravo.
VE1 Zulu Bravo, VE1 Charlie Alpha. Okay, Mike, well, thanks for making in there tonight, and you take care, 7-3. All right, next we got VE1 Mike Uniform India. Matt, come on in.
VE1CA, and that, V1MUI. Hey, good evening there, Rob, and everybody on the Fusion Net there tonight. And hopefully you have a good net and quite a few check-ins. And cleaned up the truck today and went into town for a massage. So I guess it was a pretty productive day today. And was planning on going out tomorrow for a trip, but I guess it got canceled, so we're on the waiting list. Anyway, that's about it. 7-3. Everybody have a good week. V1CA, VE1MUI.
V1MUI, VE1CA. All right, Matt. Well, thanks for checking in, and have a good evening. 7-3. Next, we got VE1 Juliet Whiskey. Eric, come on in.
Yeah, good evening, Rob, and all that. Got a good net going so far, so nothing too exciting, I guess, here today. We just had a little drizzle of snow overnight, and it all melted. I go out and shovel the driveway out. It was just an inch or so there. And by the time I thought twice about it, had my breakfast, and looked out, it was half melted, and the rest was melting away merrily. So I guess the driveway was self-cleaning today, so that was good. Hopefully it'll do the same tomorrow. I'm supposed to get a little dusting tonight to go with a friend tomorrow to Kentville. He has an eye appointment, and once he has his appointment, he can't drive home. So I'm going to go up along with him and drive him home. That'll keep us out of mischief tomorrow morning, and we'll see what the afternoon brings when we get home. Other than that, nothing too exciting here. V1JW.
VE1JW, VE1CA. All right, Eric. Well, hey, that's the good kind of snow. The stuff you don't have to shovel. Mother Nature takes care of itself. Good stuff. Yeah. Well, you have yourself a good evening and safe travels there tomorrow. 7-3. All right. Last on the list here, I got VE1 Delta Alpha Delta. Dave. David, come on in.
Yeah, good evening, Rob, and everybody on frequency. Didn't do a whole lot today, but burned gasoline in my half-ton, I guess. I didn't do too much. A little drizzly once in a while. Didn't do a whole lot, but there. Can't always do something, I guess. So thanks for taking me in. Thanks for doing the net. 73s.
VE1 DAD, VE1CA. All right, David. Well, thanks for checking in, and have yourself a good evening. 7-3. Okay, now we're at the bottom of the list, and we went to the Maritimes. We're going to open it up for anyone outside of the Maritimes. Any station outside that'd like to check in, please call now.
Victor Alpha 6, Foxtrot Papa.
Okay, you got a VA6 Foxtrot Papa. Any other stations outside the Maritimes?
Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie, V3AC.
All right, and also got VE3AC on the list. So we'll go to the top here. VA6 Foxtrot Papa Francis. Come on in.
The VE1CA from VA6FP. Good evening to you, Rob, and good evening to all amateurs back home in the Maritimes. Bit of a cool day here, finishing off in Alberta. Current temperature is minus 14 degrees Celsius with the wind chill. They say it's supposed to warm up by the weekend. That's what they told us last weekend. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Other than that, we're in the process of transferring everything for a Wires X onto a new computer. And I figured I better not just yet. I figured I'd get through the net first tonight, and maybe tomorrow I'll take a kick at it again and see if the transfer goes as planned, since I don't like to push my luck. So I figured I'd leave well to check into the net. Other than that, no other traffic. Wishing everyone a great week ahead and a super fine weekend as well. Hope everyone stays safe and you don't get too much snow out there. I know you've had a pretty good winter so far, and let's hope it keeps on going. Thanks once again for doing the net and checking us in, Rob. Always a pleasure to hear the voices from out of the Maritimes. Take care, everyone. 7-3 all around. VE1CA from VA6FP.
VA6FP of VE1CA. Okay, Francis. Thanks for checking in. And 7-3. Next, VE3 Alpha Charlie. Frank, come on in.
Well, good evening, VE1CA, Victor Echo 3 Alpha Charlie. Nice to hear you and everyone else on the net this evening. So, anyways, not much traffic on this side of the country. It's been very mild. We've been having plus weather, plus single-digit weather, so it hasn't been too bad. And it freezes up at night, so no worries about flooding or anything like that. So anyways, other than that, not much more to report. So back to net control, VE1CA, Victor Echo 3, Alpha Charlie, waving a hand and saying 73s.
VE3AC, VE1 Charlie Alpha. Okay, Frank, well, good to have you in there tonight, and you have yourself a good evening, 7-3. All right, now we're going to go back through the list of provinces, and we'll go back to Prince Edward Island, see if we can get a few stations there to check in. Anyone on Prince Edward Island, please call now.
Victor Echo 1, Alpha India Charlie.
Okay, VE1 AIC, anybody else on the island? All right, VE1 AIC, come on in, Ron.
Yeah, good evening, Rob, and all the net. I haven't been on this net very often because we have a local club net on the 6-7 repeater locally here. So it gets hard to listen to two things at once, and so missed out on a couple of nets. Seems they're all at 7 o'clock pretty well, and on a few of the days that they overlap. But anyway, good to hear everybody on here tonight. You want the AIC?
VE1 AIC, VE1 Charlie Alpha. Okay, Ron, yeah. Well, hey, our club net at 8 o'clock does kind of work out really nice for my schedule a lot of the time. I'm normally trying to have supper at 7, so I actually just had my last few mouthfuls before I started the net there. Anyway, thanks for making it in there, and you have yourself a good evening, 7-3. All right, now we'll go back to New Brunswick. So anybody on New Brunswick that we didn't get, now's your chance. Please call now.
And Victor Echo Alpha.
Okay, I copied you there, Vern. Anybody else from New Brunswick? All right, VE9, VEA. Come on, excuse me, come on in, Vern.
Yeah, VE1, Charlie Alpha, Wednesday Night Fusion Net Control. Good evening, Rob. Good evening to all fine. Outstanding, upstanding, hams on frequency there for sure. Thanks for doing the net, Rob, and thanks for calling us in to put up with my foolishness one more time. Anyhow, Rob, great net you got running. I don't have much traffic. Had a bunch of a bit of a problem with the FT300 there yesterday, but I think maybe I found the cure for it this morning. And by this time tomorrow night, we should know if we did find a cure for it. Okay, just coming in to give you another mark on the board and another count in the pot. So we'll go from there, Rob. Great net you got running, that's for sure. Really good net. 7-3 everybody. Everybody have a great evening, a great wake-up call tomorrow. 7-3 to everybody, 80 East ladies. Special good evening to scanner shortwave listeners. No, not shortwave. Scanner listeners only. 7-3, Rob. Thanks for doing that. Hopefully we'll be around to aggravate the airways again next week. Bye-bye.
VE9, VEA, VE1, Charlie Alpha. All right, Vern. Well, I was up your neck of the woods there Monday late evening there. Had to go up there for work there Tuesday morning, and then had to rush right back there. And I tell you, the roads were bad around Miramichi Monday night. It was ice. It can, the conditions can change a lot on the trip all the way up there. Anyway, you take care, and it's always great to hear you, and we'll hear you next week, 7-3. All right, Nova Scotia again. Any Nova Scotia stations, please call now.
Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot, Oscar X-Ray. VE1 FOX, VE1 Foxtrot, Oscar X-Ray.
Echo 1, Kilo Echo Victor. V1 KEV.
Delta Echo Sierra.
Victor Echo 1, Echo Papa Delta.
Victor Echo 1, Charlie Sierra Echo, VE1 CSE. Victor Echo 1, Juliet Papa Delta. Victor Echo 1, Charlie Bravo. Well, I seem to have a hard time getting in. VE1 CSE. Victor Echo 1, Charlie Sierra Echo.
VE1 Whiskey Indian November.
All right, we got lots of stations there, and there could have been some cover-ups. Let's go through the list. I got VE1 JBL, VE1 KEV, VE1 FOX, VE1 Echo Papa Delta, VE1 CSE, heard you both times there, Robert, VE1 Juliet Papa Delta, VE1 Charlie Bravo, and VE1 Whiskey India November. Let's go to the top of the list of VE1 JBL. Come on in, Jim.
VE1 Charlie Alpha in the Maritime Fusion at VE1 JBL. Good evening, Robert. All on frequency. Just got done supper here, so I just turned it on here a few minutes ago. So, well, 25 to 8, must be having a good net there. Anyways, I just want to say hello there. Thanks very much for doing the net there, and let everybody know that we had another SMART meeting last night, and things are coming along very well with SMART. And a few additions this year, new additions to this year, and you can find those on the website there. If you go on the Westcom website under SMART 23, you'll see some of the additions for SMART this year. That'll take place. So things are coming along. We've got 139 already registered for SMART. 19 flea market tables are already booked. And over 50 people coming to the Friday night meet and greet. So it looks like we're going to have a good time there. So that's just an update. And we keep adding things on the website there. So everybody interested in the SMART there can go to the Westcom website and click on SMART 23 and see what the latest is. Anyways, that's it from here, Robert. Have yourself a good net there. Thanks very much for taking part. Thanks for taking part in the SMART meeting last night. And thanks very much for Kevin taking part in the SMART meeting coming up behind me there. So you guys have a great evening, and we'll be monitoring here. VE1 Charlie Alpha, the Maritime Fusion Net from VE1 JBL. Jim Ignition Bridge 73.
VE1 JBL, VE1 Charlie Alpha. Okay, Jim. Thanks for checking in. I seen your call there, and I knew you'd be probably filling everybody in about the SMART meeting, and I kind of forgot I was going to do another call to see if we missed anybody. So you have yourself a good evening, and 7-3. And I will put out another call for Nova Scotia stations since I only did the one call, and there's a lot of stations there, and we probably got a few that got covered up. So again, any other stations that I didn't already say was on my list for Nova Scotia, please try again.
VE1 GUI. 1 DES. And Victor. VE1 EPD.
Okay, I got VE1 DES, a VE1 GUI, VA1 Victor Charlie, and I already had VE1 EPD. So let's continue on here, and we'll call in VE1 KEV. Kevin, come on in.
Yeah, very good evening, Rob. VE1 Charlie Alpha for the Wednesday Night Fusion Net. VE1 Kilo Echo Victor. Good evening there, and good evening to Curtis and Jim there going out the door, and good evening to all on the net there tonight. Good net there going on, that's for sure. Vern and Don and all the rest of the gang there. Anyway, we're looking at 0 degrees here in Amherst. A little bit on the cooler side, I suppose, but nonetheless, it's not snowing or raining, so we're good. Anyway, been following along right from the get-go with you there, and a great net there for sure. We'll be listening along. Thanks for calling us in, Rob, and 7-3s, and yes, it was a good SMART meeting there last night as well. Anyway, we'll be listening. 7-3, V1 Charlie Alpha, V1 KV.
Yeah, VE1 KEV, VE1 CA. All right, Kevin, thanks for checking in. Yeah, we had a good meeting there last night, and take care. Have a good evening. 7-3. Next, VE1 FOX. Curtis, come on in.
VE1 Charlie Alpha with the Maritime Fusion Net, V1 Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray. I almost started thinking my radio wasn't working. I started calling in when it first started for a short time, and I just get in now, so I didn't know if you would pick me up or not there, Robert. But anyways, I guess if you wait long enough and try 12 times, it's about time someone picks a fella up there. So I'm not been jumped on 12 or more times this evening. Anyways, we finally made it in there, tired out, keying the mic up and talking there. So I had to go 4 times straight until you heard me.
Anyway, that's about it from here. I guess not much going on. With 0 degrees here in 3 Mile Plains. Still got 3 or 4 inches of snow out there, and they laid a little another inch on us there last night. So lots of snow to play with. Hopefully it'll be all gone by the time we get out to go fishing the 1st of April. With that, I guess that's about it, Robert. Thanks for calling me in there. Thanks for doing that. And we'll give it back to you, Victor Echo 1, Charlie Alpha. I didn't know you had a new call, but there's you be. Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot, Oscar X-Ray here in 3 Mile Plains. We're clear. You have a great evening. Everybody stays safe. So back to you, Robert.
VE1FOX, VE1CA. All right, Curtis, thanks for checking in. And yeah, I got a new call sign there last month. And yeah, it's really easy to cover up on this net with the delay in the system. And one thing I do see is if stations just give us your call sign phonetically and not call sign and repeat it a couple times, then it's less airtime out there that might cover up somebody else, because we'll hear you or we'll see you on the radio there to mark you on the list. But anyway, you have yourself a good evening, 7-3. Next station I have is Victor Echo 1, Echo Papa Delta. Edwin, come on in.
VE1 CA, VE1 EPD. Oh, no traffic, not much going on. Just thought I'd give you another mark for your buck. You're listening along from time to time, so just thought I'd give you another mark. VE1 CA, VE1 EPD, 7-3.
VE1 EPD, VE1 CA. Edwin, well, thanks for checking in, and have yourself a great evening, 7-3. Now we go to VE1, Charlie Sierra Echo. Robert, come on in.
VE1 RMJ, VE1 CSE, good evening to you, Rob, and all on frequency. Transmitting, of course, using my own node here, and yeah, I take it that the baud rate must be down a bit on the room there. Everything else seems to be okay, and finally, I was able to get through the closet and found my Yaesu 897 Delta and a couple of other bonus radios, a ICOM 207 mobile, and Yaesu FT60 portable. So, and the batteries are all still working in the portable. Yay! So that's good. Hey, also speaking of two-layer call signs, I have been approved for mine. I just got to work out a way to be able to afford to pay for the call sign there. Anyway, nothing else. You have yourself a great, safe evening. Everyone on frequency, stay safe there, and look forward to all your check-ins tomorrow morning there. VE1 CA, VE1 CSE, 7-3.
VE1 CSE, VE1 Charlie Alpha. All right, Robert. Well, thanks for checking in, and hopefully you can get that invoice paid for the new call sign. And yeah, this is a chunk of change to throw out there. Luckily, we don't have to pay every so many years, so as long as they never change that, it'll eventually work out to be a good deal. Anyway, good luck there, Robert, and have a good evening, 7-3. I don't think I've worked before. Next one up is Victor Echo 1 Juliet Papa Delta. Come on in.
V1 CA, V1 JVD. Good evening, Rob, and everybody else. Yeah, this is Justin here in Northeast 1, Cape Sable Island. Not much going on here, I guess. Just looking at stuff on the computer for work, and that's about it, I guess. So have a good evening, and we'll hopefully catch you guys next week. VE1 CA, VE1 JVD.
VE1JPD, VE1CA. All right, Justin. Well, thanks for checking in, and you have a good evening. 7-3. This next call is looks a lot like mine there. Hi. VE1 Charlie Bravo. Come on in.
VE1CA, VE1CB. Claude here down in just outside Yarmouth. And today I give you a bit of the weather. We had a mixed bag. Times it was overcast, then it was sun and cloud, then it was either snow or rain, so call it a mixed bag. No other traffic, just a check mark in your book. VE1CA, VE1CB.
VE1CB, VE1CA. All right, Claude. Well, thanks for checking in there, and sounds like you had a good old mix of maritime weather there today. All right, you have a good evening. 7-3. All right, next, let's see, where am I at here? Next, VE1 WIN, Peter. Hopefully everything's going okay. Come on in.
Yeah, good evening again there, Rob. Now, just couldn't breathe, so I had the paramedics come over. Same issue I had when I was in Arizona. Not pneumonia, but I just had a problem breathing, so they just went down and grabbed my puffers for me, did a few things, and I'm okay. And they're not going to charge me for the ambulance, so I think this is the only charge if they take you to the hospital, I think, so. We're all good. We're just sitting here on the couch relaxing now, taking it easy, so. Looking forward to the symposium next month, or not next month, in May, sorry. So, with that, Rob, we'll turn it back to you, and I'm looking to get another call, too. I'm looking for my old high school. Well, my old high school had a ham radio station, but the guy who had the call passed away in July. His name was Bernie Conrad. He lived down in just outside of Bridgewater. I forget what his call was. I know he was a trustee for the school, but the school is no longer there, and neither is the ham radio club. So I'll have to call it. What is it? Not Industry Canada anymore, but Science and Technology, or whatever they call it now, and see how I go about getting the call. It said it's still in trustee, but there is no trustee because the trustee passed away last July. So I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to get my old high school call. That'd be kind of cool. So with that, Rob, I'll turn it back over to you. Have a good night, all.
VE1 WIN, VE1CA. All right, there, Peter. Well, you take care there, and hopefully get the breathing there under control, and good luck on that call sign. It would be, I'm sure that'd be really nice for you to get. So good luck there. You have yourself a good evening. 7-3. All right, next we got VE1 Golf Uniform Yankee. Joe, come on in.
VE1CA, Rob, VE1GUI. Golf Uniform Yankee. Yeah, Joe here on Cape St. Paul. Yeah, we had a pretty good day today. It was up to 6.2 degrees. Right now it's back down to 1.9. I think spring is trying to get in through. Now, after this little episode we went through, this little snow squall and all the rest of it, and little wind breeze, but I think spring is starting to spring in. So I guess we can't take that away. Got a few half decent days coming up here. Today was pretty good. Give us a little taste of what's going to happen. So anyhow, hope everything works out good for that. Yeah, I got a little breeze going. 41 clicks here to the east-northeast here now. So other than that, everything good. Brahma is rising back up, so I guess probably might have a little sun or something like that for tomorrow. Take it easy. Rob, V1GUI, going clear.
VE1GUI, VE1CA. Okay, Joe, well, you take care. Have a good evening. 7-3. Next, VE1DES. Donnie, come on in.
V1 Charlie Alpha, V1DS. Hi, Rob. Took me a while to catch on who you were when the net first started, and I recognized your voice. Hope everything going well. Noted a couple of calls got a little bit chopped up. And I was just going to comment how well the Fusion Net's working. Maybe just a little hiccup in the system somewhere. Back to net control. Hope you have a fine night. And everybody on frequency, hope the day is good tomorrow. V1DES down in Yarmouth.
VE1DES, VE1CA. Okay, Donnie, well, thanks for checking in. Good to hear you. It's been a little while. You take care. 7-3. All right, last on the list here is VA1 Victor Charlie. Don, come on in.
Yeah, good evening, Rob, and everyone on the net. Well, March weather's coming in the way it more or less should, I guess. I was watching the roof popsicles melt, and they're all come off now. It was just 1 degree, but the wind blew pretty hard, so I took that off, and I see it melted settling the snow quite a bit. I need to get some bare spots here in the field so the deer will stop going around. The neighbors are complaining that the deer are eating their bushes. Well, they stand up and eat the tops of my trees off too, but don't hear me complaining. It doesn't do me any good, so I give up. So if they give up, they feel better too, I guess. Well, over a dozen and a half of them around here somewhere. But anyway, but I heard you mention about looking for signs of spring. First day, second day, third day of March, we had a real bright sunny day over there. And I noticed the red color in the squirrels getting bright and red, running up their tail, up their backside, and they were chasing each other. I couldn't believe how fast they would chase each other through those trees and jump from tree to tree. And I thought, man, the speed they're going, one of them's going to fall. Well, it didn't take too long, and then one of them did fall, but he made it out all right. And then pretty soon, a couple gray squirrels were doing the chasing thing, and I couldn't believe it. I actually saw gray squirrel porn. But I guess the signs are out there. Spring is coming, because the grays already done the work. Now they just have to do the waiting. With that, we'll get out of here, Rob.
VA1 Victor Charlie, VE1 Alpha. All right, Don. Well, thanks for checking in. And yeah, spring's gonna get here soon. We had a pretty good winter. We've had some wild weather, ups and downs, and I don't know, the weekend we had well, Friday morning and Saturday morning we were in the -20 area there. It's all over the place, but hey, the time changes this Sunday. I'm looking forward to that. I like the more light in the evening, so that's a plus right there. Get us through until spring gets here, fully weather-wise. Anyway, have a good evening, and 7-3. All right, bottom of the list, so we're going to do stations outside the Maritimes again, and then we'll call for anybody anywhere. So let's see, anybody else from outside the Maritimes would like to check in. Please call now.
Victor Echo 9, Victor India Charlie.
Okay, I have VE9 Victor India Charlie. Didn't hear anybody else from outside the area, so we'll call for stations anywhere, Maritimes and beyond. Anyone anywhere that would still like to check in to the net, please call now.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Papa Romeo.
Oh,
Victor Echo 1, Romeo Charlie Mobile, VURCC Mobile. V1 Tango United.
Victor Echo 9, Alpha Delta Victor.
Victor Oscar 1 Kilo Julie Mike Portable Victor Echo 9.
Okay, so we have VE9 VIC, VE1 Juliet Papa Romeo, VE1 Foxtrot Sierra Mike, VE1 Romeo Charlie Charlie Mobile, VE1 Tango United, VE9 Alpha Delta Victor, and a VO1 KJM. Alright, we'll go to, we'll take the mobile first, VE1 RCC Mobile. Robert, go ahead.
V1 CA, V1 RCC Mobile. Good day to you there, Rob, and all those in frequency. I like your name, by the way. Anyway, good to hear a good amount of people from the Yarmouth area here checking in there, so it's good to hear. And this is a little bit unusual for me. I don't usually get on the air this time, but today was a little different there. Just came from Bridgewater, done a couple service calls in the process, and finally I'm able to get home. So anyway, when I heard the net song, I said, well, this will check in. So there we are, here we are. And yes, spring is around the corner. I could see signs of it when I was making my way down, and when you're out in the sun there, my goodness, it's really nice. Just that wind is still a little raw, but anyway, that will change here soon enough. Thanks for letting me in. Hey, everyone, have a good day there. VE1 RCC Mobile here in Yarmouth.
VE1 RCC Mobile, VE1 CA. All right, Robert. Well, thanks for checking in, and you have yourself a good evening. 7-3. Next we have VE9 Victor India Charlie. Reno, come on in.
Good evening, Rob. No traffic here. Just opened the radio. I was going to play on HF a little bit. It's been warm. They can tell no spring is coming. So 7-3 to all. Victor Echo 9, Victor India Charlie.
VE9 VIC, VE1 Charlie Alpha. All right, well, thanks for checking in, and have yourself a good evening. 7-3. Next is a VE1 Juliet Papa Romeo. Pat, come on in.
VE1 Charlie Alpha and the net. I'm Victor Echo 1 Juliet Papa Romeo here. Oh, the first signs of spring. I like to see the snow melt and the ice get off of the roads and dig out the summer vehicle. I did that on the weekend. So, of course, by doing that, we prompted some more snow to come down high. But other than that, everybody stay safe. We'll cut her short. 7-3 to all. VE1 JPR.
VE1 JPR, VE1 CR. All right, Pat. Well, thanks for checking in, and have a good evening. 7-3. Next, we go up to VE1 FSM. Frank, come on in.
VE1 Charlie Alpha, VE1 Foxtrot Sierra Mike. Good evening, Rob. Good evening, everybody on that tonight. And yeah, I just happened to turn the radio on to scan, and there you were. So I figured I had better pop in and say hello and give you a mark for your book. And not too bad of a day out today. It's a little chilly. That wind certainly had some bite to her, but at least I'm back to work and happy about that. So. Anyway, Rob, no real traffic, more or less just a hello for you and everybody else, and like I said, a mark for the book. So back over to you. VE1 Charlie Alpha, VE1 Foxtrot Sierra Mike.
VE1 FSM, VE1 CA. All right, Frank. Well, thanks for making it in there tonight, and have a good evening. 7-3. Next, we have VE1 Tango United. Dennis, come on in.
V1 Charlie Alpha. This is V1 Tango United. Good evening, Rob, and good evening to all on the net. Got a big crew in there right now. It was a nice day here in Fredericton. Overcast most of the day, but sunshine, and a lot of water running, really melting. We get up to a +9 this afternoon out in the deck, so it does look like spring. Otherwise, just a quiet day, watch a little TV, and that's about it. Back to you, Rob. This is V1 Tango United.
VE1 to you, VE1CA. All right, Dennis. Well, thanks for checking in, and have a good evening, 7-3. Next is Victor Echo 9 Alpha Delta Victor. Come on in, JP.
VE1 Charlie Alpha, this is VE9 Alpha Delta Victor. Hello, Rob, and hello to everyone here in the Maritime Fusion Net tonight. I'm only tuned in for the last 10 minutes or so and got an opportunity to check in here. Pretty good. Hopefully everyone is well, and not much to share here other than it was really nice to see the sun peeking out of the clouds here this afternoon. So, and it's signs of days to come. So this winter seemed to have been long, and it'll be nice to see the nice weather again, see that snow melt. Anyways, and it's nice to hear that the river in Fredericton is running pretty hard. So that's indicating that snow is melting over on the northwestern part of the province along the St. John River. All good stuff. Anyways, hopefully everyone has a good rest of the evening, and even better Friday or Thursday, I guess tomorrow, which is my Friday. Anyways, we'll wish everybody good evening. 7-3s to all. This is VE9 ADV, clear and back to net control.
VE9 ADV, VE1CA. All right, JP. Well, thanks for checking in, and have a good evening, 7-3. The next station, I don't have a name here, so if you wouldn't mind giving me your name for the log. Victor, actually, I might have it here. I got the call sign in here wrong. 1 second. There we go. That makes more sense. Victor, Oscar 1, Kilo, Juliet, Mike, Kenny. Come on in.
Good evening to you, Rob, and everybody on frequency for the Fusion Net this evening. Nice to hear everybody in here. And yes, you've got the name right this time. It's Kenny. And we're located here in downtown Moncton, where it's presently sitting at 2 degrees Celsius. And needless to say, and I guess everybody else can agree, we're looking forward to spring being right around the corner. The working conditions here, we're using a Fox Tango 5DR, so we're enjoying this new handheld, and we've got the big battery for it, and everything seems to be quite good with this little radio so far, and we're using it through the Moncton Fusion repeater, VE9 MFR, so I'd like to thank the guys for all the fantastic work that they do there on that. Nothing further to add this evening, Rob. You're sounding good as usual, and 7-3, good night.
VO1 KJM, VE1CA. All right, Kenny, up there in Moncton. Good stuff. And yeah, great radio. I just got mine recently, and just still got to get used to some of the new features upgrading from the FT2 DR. But yeah, great handheld there. Good stuff. Yeah, thanks for checking in, and have a great evening. 7-3. All right, that's on the list again. So we will issue a second last call for stations that would like to check in to the Maritime Fusion Net. Please call now.
Victor Echo 9, Charlie Uniform, Bravo.
E9 and A.
9, Mike Charlie Alpha.
Alright, I got a VE9CUB, VE1NA, and a VE9MCA. Any applications that we missed? Okay, we'll go to the top of the list here, and we got a VE9 Charlie Uniform Bravo. John, come on in.
Victor Echo 1, Charlie Alpha. This is Victor Echo 9, Charlie Uniform Bravo. Good evening, Rob, and good evening to everybody on frequency. JP there going out the door enemy, and Mike and Nelson coming up here in the rear. Anyways, no traffic, Rob, just to check in, say hi, another being there for your count. So with that, I'll give it back to Net Control. Victor Echo 1, Charlie Alpha. This is Victor Echo 9, Charlie Uniform Bravo. Thanks, Rob, for doing the net and calling me in.
VE9CUB, VE1CA. All right, Don. Well, thanks for checking in. And you have yourself a good evening, 7-3. Next, we have a VE9 November Alpha. Nelson, come on in.
Yeah, good evening, Rob. Good evening to everyone on the net. Maybe after I'm done there, you can tell me if I'm coming in quite well. I had trouble with I thought it was the antenna, and find out that it was not the antenna. It was at the circuit there that where it plugs into the power supply. So anyway, I fixed that up, and hopefully that it's doing the job. Thanks for doing the net, Rob, and call me in, and we'll turn it back to you. V1 SCA from VE9NA.
VE9NA, VE1CA. All right, Nelson, yeah, loud and clear, no dropouts there. You were coming in pretty good. You have yourself a good evening, 7-3. And next on the list, VE9 Mike Charlie Alpha. Mike, come on in.
VE1 Charlie Alpha with the Maritime Fusion Net Victor Echo 9 Mike Charlie Alpha. Good evening, Rob. Good evening to everybody on the net. And Nelson and Don and JP and two JPs, Pat and everybody else checking in. Yeah, kind of late checking in, coming through the VE9 MFR repeater there tonight. My portable FT2. So I wasn't on my note tonight. Just got back from town there, so thought I'd check in before it closes there, and tried a couple of times, but I got clobbered, I guess, with the portable. So hard to see what I'd like to know. At least you can see if you made it in, but without the note, you have no way of knowing other than waiting for you to acknowledge the call. Anyway, no traffic here. Rob doing a good job. Nice net, and Mike MY did a fantastic job this morning there. He had 61 check-ins, I guess, so that was a very busy net for sure. Anyway, back to you there, Rob. Have a good net there. 7-3 to all. VE1 Charlie Alpha, Victor Echo 9, Mike Charlie Alpha, 7-3.
VE9 MCA, VE1CA. All right, Mike. Well, thanks for checking in. That call there always throws me off. I'm not used to hearing that one from you. Anyway, you have yourself a good evening, 7-3. All right. Let's see if we can get a few more here before we close things out. It's now 10 minutes past the hour here. So let's try to see who else we can get before we close things down. Please call now.
Victor Echo 9, Juliet, Charlie Tango.
Victor Echo 9, Romeo Juliet Bravo.
Alright, we picked up two stations, VE9JCT and VE9RJB. So we'll go to the top list, VE9JCT. Come on in, Jean-Claude.
Very good evening to you, Rob, and good evening to all on it. Yeah, not much going on. I didn't do much stuff today, but well, I guess there's days like that. There was mostly did some paperwork today, some income tax return, so that's done for this year again. And besides that, yeah, did some shoveling this morning early. It wasn't that much snow, but it was out. You know, that wet, heavy snow. That's what it was. Yeah. So anyway, besides that, not much going on. I was listening to the Maritime Net, and then yeah, I thought about this net, and I guess I'm at the end of the bus, but I made it. So anyway, 7-3 all around from Chudak, and back to net control from Victor Echo 9, Juliet Charlie Tango. Back to you.
VE9JCT, VE1 Charlie Alpha. Alright, Jean-Claude, well, glad you're able to make it in there before we close things down. And you have yourself a good evening, 7-3. Alright, next we have VE9 Romeo Juliet Bravo. Jeremy, come on in.
Hey, Victor Echo 1, Charlie Alpha. Victor Echo 9, Romeo Juliet Bravo. Thanks for checking me in there, Rob, for getting in on the tail end over there. I've been listening in on the net, but I've been doing some overtime here at home, so I had the portable down in the basement, and so I thought I'll try to get in at the end there. I've been pretty lucky with this FTE70 so far, checking into these fusion nets there. I don't know if I've been missed yet. Of course, now that I say that, it'll happen every time. But it seems to get out okay. I'm not too far from the MFR repeater here, Mountain, so it probably helps. But yeah, no, it's a nice night here. Just stepped outside for a second. There's a pretty near a full moon up there. It's nice and bright, shining bright, and anyways, other than that, I'm kind of in the middle of the advanced course there that Radio Amateurs of Canada was advertising, and Dave Goodwin's doing the course there. I figure some guys around here must know him. He's originally from Fredericton. There, he's in Ontario now, but pretty smart fellow. He's a very knowledgeable guy, and really enjoyed kind of getting to talk to him and know him a little bit. So. Anyway, not much else other than that. I'll turn it back over to you. Thanks again for doing the net there, Rob, and checking me in there. And we'll say 7-3 to yourself and everybody listening there. VE1 Charlie Alpha, VE9 RJB.
VE9 RJB, VE1C. Okay, Jeremy. Well, thanks for checking in, and good luck with that course. And you have yourself a good evening. 7-3. All right, we're going to issue our last call for the Maritime Fusion Net. Please call now.
VE9 Charlie Alpha Mike.
Okay, got VE1 CAM. Anybody else? Last call. Anybody else? All right, VE9 CAM, Cam, you looks like you're the last station there. 45 check-ins, a really good net. Come on in.
Yes, V1CA from V9CAM. Well, very good, Rob. Nice being number 45, I guess. Oh, I'm not doing too much here, just sitting back in the chair in the track and doing a little bit of computer work and listening to the net sort of with half an ear. Just thought I'd give you a check-in just before you hang things up. So here it is. 730. Catch you guys later. V9's Charlie Alpha Mike.
VE9CAM, VE1 Charlie Alpha RCAM. Well, thanks for checking in, and you have yourself a great evening, 7-3. All right. Well, we'll now declare the net closed with 45 check-ins tonight. I'd like to thank all the amateurs for checking in tonight. I also want to thank the owners of the repeaters and nodes who linked in tonight for helping us expand the area for local hams to check in. For more information about the Maritime Fusion Net, go to the Moncton Area ARC's website at www.maarc.ca. That's Mike Alpha Alpha Romeo Charlie Charlie Alpha, and click on the club activities/net. Now the net is concluded. The CQ Maritime Room is now open for general use. This is the Victor Echo 1 Charlie Alpha signing off. Good night, all.
I'm Charlie Alpha, V9 Victor Echo Alpha.